So yeah, we got some topics here. We're gonna get to those topics that people suggested first. First and foremost being, hey guys, do you know it's almost JuJutsu Kaisen season? JuJutsu Kaisen season has graced us once again. We got Fearin coming out in a couple months. We also got JuJutsu Kaisen coming out in another month. And to start it off, we got the movie Execution coming out in like a few days, which is basically like a compilation film. I don't really rock with the compilation films like that when it comes to anime, but you know, for this I'll make an exception just because what they're covering is the Shibuya arc, which is what made me a believer in Jujutsu Kaisen in the first place. It's the shit that's got me like, when I talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, man, it made me a believer. Like, my baby, shouts out to my babies, she was on to Jujutsu Kaisen before me, and it took me having to sit down and watch it week to week, especially like once you get to like the fighting aspects of Shibuya, like the thunderclaps of it all. Not only was I like Sukuna is like one of the greatest villains of all time, but like this is giving me goosebumps to Dragon Ball Z levels from when I was a kid. I was seeing shit animated that I've never seen. Like I've never seen things animated quite like I've seen it in Jujutsu Kaisen. It's incredible. And knowing that Mappa, the animators during the time, were going through like time constraints, and so the fight sequences weren't finished and weren't touched up, and people ultimately like quit in the process of that, and it still looked fucking amazing. Just even added more like wowness to Jujutsu Kaisen. So all this to say, so you know, that made me a believer. And then during this time between that season and now, the manga came out and the ending came out, and I couldn't help but to like look into it every week, because alongside the One Piece releases that leak, Jujutsu Kaisen would leak, and it was some crazy shit, man. I love this song so much. Shout out to this song. Anyway, yeah, so I'm looking forward to this movie just so I can see Thunderclap parts 1 and 2. They touched it up in the Blu-ray re-release for this, but I want to see if they touch it up even more, or if they do some kind of whatever the fuck with that particular sequence in the film. But what's also attached to that is the first 2 episodes of season 3, which is like the main reason why people want to see it. So let's just take a look. Enough of me yapping. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Here we go. Let's take a gander. I haven't seen this yet. Look at this shit. It's like OVA levels is where anime is getting. Like anime series are like hitting OVA movie levels from like the 2010s. You remember that? Remember when you had to wait like years and years for motherfuckers to like produce 90-minute intervals of these level of like quality, production quality? Now it like takes 2 years, I think it's 2 years, and then you get like whole arcs that look like this. I prefer that. That's the other thing. One Piece was like the last champion of weekly releases. Now they're going to this schedule, and One Piece hasn't looked better. It hasn't benefited the anime more from that decision. So I'm all for it. This shit looks like a fucking movie, and I'll be sitting my ass here in pajamas watching it. All right, let's go back. Look at that! Oh! Listen, there's literally nothing in the anime space that gets me excited anymore except this and One Piece. It's like that. It's straight up like that. Nothing gets me excited like that. It's just One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime. Nothing else. Oh, never mind. It's Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, and fucking Solo Leveling. Especially the end of last year, beginning of this year. That shit, especially just I'm sorry, Lloyd. Hold on. Solo Leveling Season 2 ending. I was going through something during that time in my life, and the anime helped me a lot to like kill the boy in me. And this whole song and opening helped a whole lot. So it's literally just those three that excite me, and so I'm looking forward to it. So Execution is coming out, right? Which is the film I was talking about, the compilation film. But that's also coming out in IMAX, which I was shocked to see. Like, this is the year of anime movies. Like 2025 will forever be remembered in entertainment as the year anime beat Superman. Straight up. That's the headline. And so, like, you got Demon Slayer doing extremely well, setting the tone, beating Superman, getting you that accolade, getting the genre recognized this year. And then you got Chainsaw Man, which was a shocker for a lot, but after I saw it, after I got acquainted with the series, Joe, you was there. I was like cramming as many episodes as I could, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh no, this shit is gonna do better than people think. I spoke to some industry analyst that was like, it's gonna rival what JJK Zero did, and I think it's far exceeded what JJK Zero did. JJK Zero box office. Let's just take a look real fucking quick. JJK box office global 196 million, right? Let's look at Reze Arc. Beat it. No, it didn't. It didn't beat it. Global of 168.3 million, which is fucking phenomenal. Like, you can look at Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, like, that shit made the franchise when it came out. Like, season 1 was cool, but it was Jujutsu Kaisen Zero that really, like, propulsed season 2 to what it was. Because season 1 wasn't cinematic the way season 2 is, and season 2 didn't get cinematic like that until Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. And it's that cinematic shit that really, I think, settles into me. Because I watched season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I was like, all right, this is cool. I had the same feeling I had watching that as I did when I watched Attack on Titan season 1 for the first time. Oh, cool. Baby's first shonen. That's cool. Sweet. No! That shit is the second coming, but it's only because of this movie. And I think it's a reverse with kind of Chainsaw Man, because Chainsaw Man started out cinematic and people hated it because it didn't match the zaniness of the manga, but the film absolutely captures the zaniness of the manga, or so fans tell me because I don't read it. So I'm assuming season 2 or whatever the fuck they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna do the Demon Slayer thing of it and like release Mugen Train and then do season 2 and then that covers Mugen Train again. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I hope they don't do that. But if they did, like, hopefully they don't do that. But determining on it for when they do that, I feel like it's gonna match the film more than it did season 1, which was more cinematic. Anyway, I'm getting away from the point. Chainsaw Man Ben left JJK in the dust in both aspects. So let me get back to what I was saying here. Execution coming to IMAX. Here's the trailer. Let's just watch it super quick. It's very similar to the other one, I think. Right? Very similar. This is what I want to see. Did they change anything? Did they add anything? All these fights were amazing. So yeah, that's what I want to see. And just to top it off, like, if anybody, because we're gonna hop off this topic in like 30 seconds. Anybody interested in my thoughts, my greater thoughts on what I want from this compilation film, you can check that out here. Okay. Cool. I'll also leave it down in the description for the VOD. But basically, yeah, that's what I was saying in the beginning. They need to touch up those episodes, that sequence for the films. That would be very special. Get it? Because that's the song. Anyway, we're moving on. What I wanted to do was actually buy IMAX tickets on stream for JJK. I actually have the AMC link right here prepped. It's in my docket. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But here it is. In case you think I'm bullshitting. Oh shit, it's gone. Oh, because of Showtime. So let's just give it to that. There we go. Because I do want to see it, man. I have everything after, but I'm waiting for it to finish in physical form to read it all. It's really good. It's really fucking good, man. He doesn't get excited like that. Why are you such an asshole, baby? Yes, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I thought it'll be an exciting thing to do on stream, but I'm an old man. I'm not trying to be exciting for nobody. All right, so let's move on. The next thing, that was my man Anthony. Shout out to Anthony. He wanted to talk about that topic, so I talked about that topic. Shout out to you. Now we're gonna switch over